No warm up. 45, 35, 10. All right.
Put me in it.
Bro.
Yeah.
Gravity is a choice.
Bro.
Gravity is a choice.
What is this? No warm up.
No.
Alright.
Nah, he's got it, bro.
Hit it.
He's got it, bro.
Oh, that's it.
Vote Elijah Vargas prom king. Oh.
Welcome, listeners and viewers. This is the Goal of Swole podcast, and I am Elijah Vargas, the host. This is the show where we talk to students about lifting, sports, their lives outside of school, and their plans for the future. I have a background in lifting, running, and also wrestling. Today we're going to be talking with Matthew Terrell, the quarterback at Bartlett High School for football, who sustained a wrist injury that cost him the season. And we're also going to be talking with Junior Dunez, who is going to be talking to us about his shin injury that also cost him the season, and he's also a defensive end.
All off, and the kid just dives at my shin, and it just snaps completely in half.
Hey guys, this is the Goal of Swole podcast. I'm Elijah Vargas. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Junior Dueñas, Emilio Dueñas. This is my boy right here.
Matthew Terrell, Bartlett High School, quarterback.
Cedric Cosmith, Duke University,
So, how's it going? You guys, are you guys ready for the end of the school year?
It's the end of the school year?
Hell yeah. We have football summer camp coming up in June, so I'm ready.
Bro, we're already getting there. That was low-key quick.
Speak up a little bit.
That was quick, bro. I didn't even realize.
Yeah. Man, this school year did go by pretty fast. Like your football season, how'd that go?
Oh, no. So, my injury was first, so I'll start off. So, we played Streamwood first. That was a W. We barely won. I think we were so close because how many flags was thrown? Like 20?
That's too many to count, bro.
Yeah, there was a lot of flags. Streamwood game. We played West Chicago next. We blew them out, right? It's 40-0. We got posted on Slow Shay. That was the first time we appeared on Slow Shay for football, I'm pretty sure.
Other than playoff games.
Yeah, other than playoff, because we get smacked in the playoffs. Then we had East Aurora come up. That was a very close game. It was back and forth. Yeah, it was back and forth.
I had 3 sacks that game.
3? How many did Justin have? Justin had a lot of sacks. Let's see. But yeah, it was second offensive drive for us. My coach put me on a design run for me. I got a solid 20 yards. I got popped on the sideline. I landed on my wrist. Everybody was all like, damn, because I went flying. I stood up like nothing. I'm like, shit, my wrist really hurts, bro. And then I'm like, I should be good. It's just a sprain. I'm talking to coach. He's telling me the play. I could not focus on the play. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, coach. My wrist is
Not cute.
My wrist was dying. I go to the huddle. I'm trying to say the play. I'm like, bro, my wrist is hurting. I go under center. First snap I get, the ball hits my wrist, and I just feel shock everywhere. And I just knew at that point my wrist was broken, but I didn't want to tell my coach. So played the whole game on a broken wrist. I threw a touchdown pass, and yeah, my coach kept telling me, I'm going to throw the ball for you, this game for you. And I'm like, I can't throw. My wrist is killing me. He puts me on a rollout. I try to throw a go ball. It was poorly underthrown. And yeah, it was just the end of my season. That one fucking play.
Had a limp biscuit, bro.
I was like, damn.
Me, bro. It was our last game of the season, and it was the first offensive drive, and I'm like, I go to they stop us. It's what was it, Glenbardese? Yeah, they're I think in our second in our conference, right? Or is it Glenbard South?
I think it was one of the three because South Elgin's top 3 too. I think South Elgin was 1 and Glenbard East or Glenbard South was tied for second.
East beat South, right? Barely.
Oh yeah, then that means the second.
Yeah. So, we got blown out, but I got injured right away. Like, it was first offensive drive, they stopped us, and I'm like, all right, I'm a punter too. So I'm like, I go to punt, and I go to my coach. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get this ball back, because I always hold on to it a little longer so they could hit me and I could flop, but I could still get the ball off. But I get the ball off, and the kid just like dives at my shin, and it just snaps like completely in half. And I got a video if you want it, bro.
I think I might have seen it, but I'm not sure. I saw the X-ray though. It looked horrible.
Nah, it was bad. Like, my bone came out my skin. Like, it was all floppy. Like, all I remember is like I fall back, and my legs just dangling in my face like this.
Bro, I remember that.
Like, it was bad. And I bent it back in place and I laid down.
Oh.
And I was just like,
no.
I'll dude, like I'm being so serious, because I've been saying it all day with my friend. I was just like, oh my God, like in my head as soon as I saw it, bro. It was because like it didn't hurt as bad as you think it would. It was like the first 10 seconds, it was just like, what the fuck, like oh my
It was
God.
just like shock, right?
Yeah, and then like adrenaline hit, and everybody came running to me, and I was like, hey guys. Like, I just remember like my coach coming over me, bro. I swear I thought he was Jesus. Like I see him, because he's like, you know how the lights are on, it's like bright. I see him over the light, and he's like, just breathe. I'm like, oh yeah. and I like caught my breath, and after that I was like low key cooling, and also everybody come on, like the EMT or whatever comes here, they're like, get him fentanyl. I'm like, Fenny? What? Like I was like, oh no, bro, I'm about to be off the shits. And like, I put it in. Dude, no, they messed it up, dude. They were like, the people doing it were like actually brain dead. Like, they like messed my vein up. They popped a blood vessel in my vein trying to put it in. And then like when they were trying to put my leg in the tourniquet or whatever it's called, they like they were trying to take my cleat off, but cleats are tight, and they just try to yank it off.
Yeah.
And so like I just felt my bone just move.
Oh.
Like, and I was like,
that just like gives me shivers.
Wait, you felt that? Like, you felt your bone just...
It was like I felt it moving, bro. It was disgusting. Like, 'cause they were so like they weren't bad. Like they helped me. It's just like they had their moments, and I'm like, it was just like kind of pissing me off.
Bro, yeah, when that happened, Junior had flopped before, so I'm like, damn, he's flopping really good. He's like, he had his leg in the air. He's like, and I'm like, damn, he's really good at this. And then I'm like, oh shit, he's not faking it.
Yeah, because I mean, like, that was kind of my thing as a punter. I'd always get us the ball back, and like, but that time, because they thought I was faking it, and I was like, nah.
No,
nah.
This is it.
This is it, bro.
I seen that on film. I'm like, what the fuck? Because his leg was just like, it was like a 90-degree angle.
Bro, it was just like, boy,
no. His shin was just, oh my God.
Bro, I had like 2 kneecaps for a second, bro. It was bending the wrong way.
Bro, it was bad.
Bro, it was.
Okay, so when I heard the news of that, it was from a friend that goes to a different school. I don't remember. I think he goes to like Morton or something. But he went to go watch that game, and he was like, dude, somebody at Bartlett just died. And so I'm like, whoa, what do you mean? What do you mean? So I go late. I'm like scrolling on Snapchat, and I see everybody's story. It's just like R.I.P. Junior. I'm like, wait, did Junior die? And then like I asked somebody, and they said, oh, he just broke his shin. I'm like, broke it? That's still a big deal. It's like, it's not that he died, but you know, he broke a broken shin. Still a big deal. What was like the first, like after you got into that ambulance, like what happened next?
I deadass went to them. I'm like, cause I was hungry, bro. I was like, can we stop by Portillo's? Like, cause I was craving it, bro. I was planning on going after the game, and like they were like, nah, you got it after. It was fun, cause like the whole time, bro, I was high as hell. I was off, like, bro, I was so high. Like, I remember it, but like, bro. It was crazy. Yeah. Cause I was just joking around the whole time until like it wasn't painful until like it wore off, like all the adrenaline went away. Yeah. Like once I got to the hospital, like that's when it was bad. Cause like dude, that hospital, like once I didn't get surgery, like my stuff back together until like 2-3 in the morning. So I was like, my bone was out my leg. Yeah. For 5.5 hours. That's just in the hospital, not even like from breaking it to there. Cause I don't know how long I was on the field. Everybody's like, yo, it was forever, but I'm like,
it was like 45 minutes, no, 30 to 45.
I don't remember. Like, to me, like, it just went by so fast because it was like I was just joking around. I was low-key having a good time. Like I was just joking around because they cut my socks, bro. I was just like, nah, my $30 socks because they're like the high ones, the
Wait,
ones.
were they planning on cutting the underwear too, or what were you saying?
Not yet. No, it's because like then they took my cleats off. They cut my cleat. And I'm like, nah, my dogs is out. For like, bro, I was joking around with the EMT. They're pushing me off. I'm like, y'all lucky. I usually charge $14.99 for these on OnlyFans. And like, I was just messing with them, right? They're all just laughing, bro. I was just enjoying it. And then it was funny. I got to the hospital. It was cool. Like once I got in there, like it all felt like a movie.
Yeah.
Because I didn't look at my leg at all. As soon as I saw the original flop on my face, I was like, oh, I'm not looking at it again because I know it's gonna hurt. So like, I'm in there. We're in the ambulance. My dad's with me. His dad was on me with the field. That was fun. It was like I was just squeezing his hand that whole time, bro. It was crazy. And like we're on the way. We're going. And like it's all a movie. I'm just looking up. So like in the movies, you see the lights flash. Like this one, like it just felt like a movie. And I'm in there. They lay me down. I'm just sitting there. My family's there. One of my coaches is there. We're just talking. And I'm like, it was funny. His dad was there. My dad were there. And all of a sudden, my dad pulls out like 2 fireballs, like the little shooters. And they're like, hey, here. And I'm like, and they take a shot right there, bro. I was just like, give me one. And they didn't give me any, bro. That was funny. And then by then, a little bit later, the medicine wore off. And then that's when it hit. Like I felt it. Like it was hot. Like it was like this hot stinging shit. Like I don't even know. And like it was just weird. And then it wore off. And then like it was because they had since like they're giving me these hard drugs. Like they're like, all right, you got fentanyl. We don't want to give you a lot of that. We're gonna give you morphine. That wasn't working. Like I still like was screaming. But I was in with like where they put the little kids, like babies, like pediatrics, because I'm still a kid.
Yeah.
And like I was trying my hardest not to scream, but like it would take them like an hour before they gave me more medicine. So it was just hour of just pure pain, like just like because they had to go to the doctor. The doctor had to prove it. Then they had to go to the room to get the medicine. Then they had to give it to me. But it would take a minute for them to get to the doctor. And like I didn't want to scream, but they wouldn't give me more medicine until I started screaming. And like it was horrible. And I felt bad because at first I was trying to like hold it in, and then because once I started like screaming and stuff, I heard like little kids crying. I was like, nah, I don't want to scare them, bro.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because they're in there because like they're telling me like, oh, we're super busy. There's a bunch of like babies coming in with like some respiratory infection or whatever, like whatever the sickness is, because it's like common for babies.
Yeah, I know. I used to have that when I was.
Yeah, so like it was that, and I was like, I don't want to worry them, but like, dude, it was so bad. And then they finally like 2 and 3 in the morning, they got me under. Oh wait, I forgot. That same game, the game before this, I fractured my wrist too.
You did?
Yeah.
What?
It was a hairline fracture, but like it was all swollen. I'd go like this and it would like squeak, and like it was wrapped up. You'll see in pictures, it was wrapped up, and like they did an X-ray because my mom was like, "Oh, his wrist has been hurting. Can you X-ray that too?" And I had a hairline fracture that whole time. If I just like was out for that game, I would have been fine for that fracture.
Dude,
but I still played, and like I just remember that. It was funny, but like
yeah. I wanted to ask about you. So your injury was during the game, and you kept playing through the whole game. What happened after that game?
So I went to Jewel. I got like a little brace. Next day I woke up, my hand was like, my whole arm was like swollen. It was purple.
Oh man.
I went to film. I'm like, my hand hurts so badly, and I just knew it was broken because like, I mean, when you sprain your hand, I mean, it doesn't turn purple. Like your hand isn't double the size. So I'm like, fuck, my hand is broken, and all my teammates were all like, nah, you're good. Stop being a pussy. I'm all like, my hand's broken.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then I work at Home Depot, so I was pushing carts on a broken hand, and I'm like, fuck, this hurts really bad. And I told my dad, I'm like, I gotta get this checked out. I really didn't want it to get it checked out because like I wanted to finish the season, even though I had a broken hand at the time. So we got it checked out. I broke a bone in my wrist that has like a really low blood supply, which means it takes forever to heal. The doctor told me I had like 2 to 4 weeks before I'm back to football. I'm like, all right, I can save the season still. I can still be here. 1 week goes by, nothing. 2 weeks, I'm still in pain. I'm still getting ready for surgery and stuff. I get surgery by like week 6. I had like a cast on, so they were telling me by like maybe playoffs I'd be able to play. I'm like, okay. They kept bringing my hopes up.
Oh my god.
And then last game comes by, I'm still in a cast. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna be able to play.
You're done.
And then maybe like a month or 2 after football season was over, I finally got that cast off. I was in like a little brace, and I was so weak. I mean, don't tell my mom or anybody, but when I took my cast off, I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can still deadlift. I went straight to 315. I deadlifted it.
A week later, you hit like 405. Like,
Yeah.
It was nothing.
I'm deadlifting like I didn't just break my wrist. So I feel like I didn't lose too much strength, but I did get set back like maybe a month and a half. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. So I went through like, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's completely similar. I went through I dislocated my shoulder, and then I had torn ligaments all up in there, and then I had to get surgery. Like literally, I had to wait so long for surgery. It was like almost. I
remember that.
Yeah.
Forever, dude.
I had it in the beginning of like, I got injured at the beginning of like January of that year, and then I don't think I got surgery until like mid-February or something like that.
Wait,
So I waited,
how many months?
It's like a month and a half, I think.
I got surgery like not even a day, no, maybe like 3 days after I got injured.
Yeah.
So I didn't wait a long time.
I don't know why I had to wait so long, but yeah, no, I didn't like it. And after that, I finally went into PT. How long did it take for you guys to go into PT after this?
So I got a screw put into my wrist. They said once I'm at 50% healing on my wrist, it'd be like basically yours at 100%. So I could start therapy by 50%. So right when they told me I was good to start therapy, like at home, I was doing as much as I could every day. I'd have like a 2-pound weight in class. I'd just be doing wrist curls and stuff. I'd be just holding the weight, like just getting my strength back and my mobility. And right when I had my first therapy session, this lady's all like, she's giving me all the workouts, and I'm like doing them with ease, and then she's all like, all right, let's try something harder. And she gives me the harder exercises. I was doing really good at that, and she's like, you know what, I mean, you're pretty much done. So after my first therapy session, I just didn't have anything after that.
Yeah.
So I was good.
You got lucky then.
Yeah.
With mine, I like started, I think a week or 2 after, like right away, as fast as I could, because I wanted to get at it, and I was doing it like 3 times a week. And I think after a couple months, like 3 months, something like that, they were just like, all right, you just really need to get your strength up. So that's kind of what I've just been doing. I've stopped a little bit. I'm supposed to check in, but I always miss it. I always forget the appointments. But I just need to get my strength back, and I should be fine. But I still have like things holding me back, so I have 3 screws, like 2 by my knee and 1 by my ankle, and then the metal rod like just goes straight down. And the screw by my ankle is coming out, like my body's rejecting it because it's a foreign object in my body, and my body doesn't like it in there, so it's pushing it out, and it's like the bones started growing over it. So I gotta get that. I got another surgery coming up that I gotta get that taken out. So I'm probably gonna have to go back to PT.
That hurts when you walk or no?
Like when I'm doing a lot in a day, like when it rains and stuff, when it's cold, because like the metal shrinks and like it expands.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's weird. It feels funny. It just feels like when you got a cavity or like you got a toothache.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what it feels like, but like through your whole like in a bigger bone.
Yeah.
So like, it's weird.
That sounds like it sucks. So what precautions are you guys gonna take? In like looking into the future, what precautions are you guys gonna take to avoid like injuries like these, if you can?
I don't know, because these are kind of like things you can't really prevent.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of just like what happens. It's kind of part of the sport, you know.
So for me, I kind of made a dumb decision because I wasn't really getting a lot of action on the field. I was just kind of handing off the ball, and running backs were making plays. So when I had a chance to make a play, I'm like, you know what? Instead of stepping out of bounds, I'm going to try to hit this guy. This man's like 6 foot, 240, linebacker coming full speed downhill at me while I'm running at an angle. I'm like, I can do it. I can do it. Yeah, I did not do it. If you watch the clip on film, I went flying. I was like at least like a foot in the air, and then I landed right on my wrist, and you could just see how bad I just boomed on the ground, and then I just stood up like nothing. And yeah, I mean, if the way I could have prevented it is just stepping out of bounds, because I did not have just any good angle to hit that guy. And I mean, if you watch film, you could see that like when I run, my wrist would dangle like this. You could see it like out of place. I'm like, yeah. I was just telling my coach, I'm like, it's just sprained. I'm good. I can finish the game. And then he's telling me like after the game, he's all like, you should have told me. We would have taken you out. And I'm like, because I feel like if I would have gotten taken out, we wouldn't have won that game. Because like, I mean, I feel like I play a big part in the team. I threw a touchdown pass. So I was kind of like keeping the offense up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then yeah, if I could prevent anything, it'd just be step out of bounds.
Yeah.
Don't try to hit that 6 foot 240 linebacker.
Bro, it's because you a hothead, bro. It would just be like aim like head first, bro.
Yeah, it was just head first. I did not even use my shoulders, just straight head to head, and then I went landed right on my wrist. Like I could just feel myself flying. I closed my eyes. Next thing I know, I'm on the ground. Yeah, I was just straight flying. I mean, my secondary position is linebacker, so I didn't think contact would be that bad, because during summer camp I was hitting how big is Juan? Juan's like 6 foot, maybe 190, and yeah, I would be going at it with him in the summer. So I'm like, all right, I can take some contact. So I didn't think that I'd break my wrist from that. So yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't really know. For me, like, I remember that game too, bro. Remember when like there's like a bunch, like the running backs kept going, and like our team does not know how to tackle, so it was just like 5 dudes on him, and like I just jumped on top of the whole pile while they're still all standing up, and I fell on my ass.
Yeah, you just like did a front flip. I remember that.
Dude, that shit was so. I have a picture of it. It's so funny, dude.
I had like a 6'7" wide receiver. I'm like, god damn.
Oh, he did not get the ball.
These guys are massive. And that was just like your first start or something like that. They said that like they never used him. I'm like, bro, you're 6'7". Like you should be playing.
You should be playing basketball, right?
Like, this man was massive. Like I had to look up at him like this. I'm like,
he was
damn.
cool though. He was cool. Though.
He was really cool. Their whole team was cool.
Yeah.
There's this one guy. He looks Samoan, bro. That man was scary. I remember I'd line up under center. I'm just scanning the defense, and all I see is this fucking. He's like 6 foot, maybe 6'1". He's like
Troy Polamalu looking ass
he's like
motherfucker, bro.
225. He just has his eye black. He's like, I'm like, damn. Let's just run the ball away from him. Yeah.
Okay, so I wanna go all the way back. So before you guys started playing football, what, like when you were younger, what sports were you guys into?
For me, let's see. I always liked football, but my parents didn't like me with like contact and like concussion, so I gravitated towards soccer, and I was really good at soccer. My cousin he had offers for college. He was really good in soccer, so he inspired me. My real inspiration was Cristiano Ronaldo. So yeah, I mean, I was just really into soccer. So yeah.
I mean, I didn't really start sports till like 8th grade.
Really,
yeah. Like, I mean, like I did like community center sports. Like I do the basketball stuff like here and there when I was little, but I started with football. And like one of the coaches came up to me and was like, you should try wrestling. And I was like, okay. I just wanted to do more stuff because I liked football, and because he said I was good at it. Like even like I was like 120, 140 as a nose guard on the D-line for Raiders too, because I played D-line still. And then he's just like, hey, you're really good moving these big guys around. You should try wrestling because it's your own weight class. And like he kind of explained it a little to me, because I was just like, I didn't pick up a weight then. But I was just like, I had just sped strength. Everybody was like, you got retard strength. That's what they always say to me, bro. And I'm just like,
Special strength.
Yeah, bro. And I'm just like, yeah. But I started lifting a little bit. I got pretty good my first year. I mean, I think I had a positive record, and then my freshman year I went undefeated on JV, and then they moved me up sophomore year, and then obviously this year I couldn't play.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just been football and wrestling pretty much since 8th grade.
So you were obviously playing football before you started wrestling. So how yeah, you said you were really good last year, right? So what do you remember like your record
From last year,
for wrestling?
I think it was like just barely negative, but it was like
Like by like one match?
one or two.
Yeah.
It's because my first 2 weeks, I was like, I thought I had to cut weight, and I cut to like 152, and all of a sudden they're like, you're wrestling 180. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is my first ever varsity match.
I think I remember that.
Dude, I was so mad because I was malnourished. I was trying to cut, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, you're wrestling this big Dorito bag motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bruh, what? I'm a sophomore wrestling these like juniors and seniors that are like 20 pounds more than me. Like, and I'm like, bruh, what? I'm like, I didn't get pinned right away. That's the thing. Like, I got pinned like third quarter.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that bad.
Dude, I remember like one of your last matches. It was one of my favorites when you went against Michael Gura, Ryan Gura's brother.
During during conference, yeah.
The first time you went against them at our home duel.
Oh yeah.
That was a good match. Actually, both of them were really good. They won all 3 periods, right?
Yeah, and then like, I finally gassed them out, and I got them.
Yeah. No, I love both of those. Let's kind of switch back to football. How good have you guys been doing like each year? Let's like go through each year.
Our team is so ass.
like individually, like
individually, bro. I mean, freshman, sophomore year, you're really just there to have fun.
Yeah.
Learn the game, and like that's pretty much what it is. You kind of just.
And then you take it more serious, like
yeah. I mean, my like first time on varsity, I think I did pretty well. Like, I was starting over these seniors. I'm like 5'10", 170, starting over these like 6'4", 2-something seniors. So like, as a D lineman too, I'm like super undersized. So I was able to keep up, and I feel like I did as well as I could do. Like, I reached my potential. I would get close. I'd always interfere, get close to a sack a game. I think somewhere around that, if not. Except the Streamwood game, that one was so bad because they run this like weird type of offense, and it's like I could not get past that. And like same with punting, I wasn't really the best punter. They kind of just had me there.
I was the punter before him.
Yeah, and then he hurt himself, and I'm just like, I guess I'll do it. It's because I did it freshman, sophomore year, and I wasn't even that good. I was just able to get the ball past like 40 yards sometimes. And like it's because I was able to get like the spiral when you kick it. When you spiral on the ball, I knew how to do that, so that's why they like me doing it. But I mean, I'd do decent at that. Like, if we're at midfield, I'd always get it within the 10. I was like okay at it, but.
So my freshman year, coming into freshman year, I've always loved to be a quarterback. My parents never let me play football when I was little, so freshman year, I tried out for quarterback. I don't really think our coach liked me, so I was mainly on defense. I went from linebacker to D-end, and I was kind of D-end for the whole freshman year. I was always opposite of junior. I was right.
Crazy, bro. Me and Matt.
We were going crazy.
Freshman, sophomore year.
It was not fun because I didn't realize how physical it was to be a lineman.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, I'd have like chipped nails. My nails would be bleeding after every game. Bruises everywhere, cleats on my feet. Like, it just boom, boom, boom every game. It was painful. Sophomore year came around. I was still trying to be a quarterback. Actually, wait, no. Going back to freshman year, one of our linemen went out, so I had to be right tackle for the rest of the season. I was like 5'9", 150, playing right tackle, and I only got that position because I was the only other guy who knew the lineman steps. Because as a quarterback, you should know what the linemen are doing. So I was a 5'9", 150 lineman freshman year. And then going into sophomore year, I wanted to be a quarterback still. I got bigger, stronger, faster. And we had a new coach for sophomore year. And first game, we were how were we doing against Lombard South? We were like all right? Because that's when they moved up the freshmen to play with us. And then our quarterback, he got sacked, fumbled the guy took it in for 6 points, and my coach was all like, all right, Matt, I'm giving you a shot. First drive, inside run. My running back got like 50 yards, and he calls like a rollout pass. I ran it in for a touchdown. That was my first drive. I scored a touchdown, and everybody was like hyped because, I mean, nobody really expected that out of me. Second drive comes around. I threw a 40-yard bomb. This freshman dropped it. I was so mad. The second play comes around. I ran the ball for like a good solid 30 yards. We punched the ball downfield. I scored again on a rollout pass, but I just took it myself and scored. So that's when I like proved myself. I started the whole season. Our record was so bad. We had a lot of close games. We went 3-6. So it was not a good sophomore year. Junior year comes around, and I was the starter. I was still kind of battling things out, but I got my spot. Won 3 games. I got injured, and then we went 4-6. So going into my senior year, I wanna be at least 6-3. I wanna have a winning record ending high school. So we'll see how that goes. We have to. Our team has always had a lot of potential. It's just we never really executed. So I'm hoping this year we can execute because I wanna make it to the playoffs. I wanna go second round. I wanna
Keep moving.
Yeah, keep moving. So we'll see what we do our senior year.
Yeah. So haven't played football like your whole high school career, but even though it got cut short, like what has football taught you about life as a whole?
Oh my gosh, you go first. I gotta think.
Same with wrestling. It kind of just teaches you to push through the pain. Like, just work hard for something that you enjoy. If something makes you happy, but there's things to work around. Like, you're gonna be hurt, you're gonna be tired, you're gonna be hungry, like all this. You just work through it because you love it.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like, I still played that game on a fractured wrist, and he still played that game on a fractured wrist.
Oh no, mine was like completely broken.
Yours was messed up, bro. But like, we still did it because we loved the game, and it made us happy, and it felt like you got something to prove, and you got to do it. Like, if you love something, you're gonna do it no matter what.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Do you have anything to add to that?
Football teaches you a lot of adversity. Like, you're gonna have a lot of downs. Just always ends like up. Like,
you gotta overcome stuff.
Yeah, you always gotta. Yeah, it's just a lot of adversity. Like, as a quarterback, everybody has their eyes on you. So you learn how to handle pressure. You know how to handle stress. Like, being a quarterback just really taught me a lot. Just block out all the negative everything. Like, people are going to talk bad about you. And, even outside of football, it really helps because, like, people will talk bad about you. It's just block them out. It's not worth it. Like, you don't want to risk your future for somebody who's just nagging at you, So, yeah.
I got something to add. For me, it at least taught me to use my weaknesses as, turn them into strengths. Like, me being an undersized D lineman going up against, these 6 foot, 300-some pound tubbies, it taught me that I'm going to get underestimated a lot. And, I could use that to my advantage because they're going to think because of my size, because they're going to think I'm weak. But that just makes me work harder. That makes me want to get stronger so I could use that because they're not ready for that. They look at me and they think, oh, I'm going to muscle this dude. But they never expect me to be stronger than them. So it's
I think that's a cool thing to take away from that. What specifically, what are things that you guys enjoy about football? Whether it's your teammates or the actual sport itself.
Yeah, it's got. Big thing is the teammates, the community, the friends you make off of it, the connection you have between your whole team, the brotherhood that comes from it. You become a little family, and it's you guys are always there. If you fall down, there's always somebody there to pick you back up. That's a big thing. You always feel like you're not alone, which is good.
I see what you mean, because from the outside looking in, I think the football team has a bond that other teams at the school just don't have. Like you guys are like a lot more closely knit and you stick up for each other, which I think is like really cool.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Like coming off an injury, it felt like I always had a lot of support, and I knew that at times like I didn't really like it because I'm not very like I don't like being like focused on, like if that makes sense. I don't like being like a priority, if that, or I don't even know that's a word. So it kind of was overwhelming at times, but it also helped me get like feel secure, helped me like get through it being like home alone a lot because I was just like I couldn't do anything, but I always had somebody to like come by and visit me.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
What was the question?
So, like, what specifically are things that you enjoy about football?
Let's see. For me, it was, I mean, the energy. Everybody came out. The whole school came out. I mean, you had all of Bartlett coming out just to watch you play. I mean, even if you were going to lose, you still had supporters. I love the energy. I mean, it was so positive. Like, I just love the energy, you know? It's just something you can't replicate. I mean, once you're done with that high school, college, whatever you get to, I mean, you just can't replicate that. Like you can't put on pads. You can't. It'll just never be the same.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to enjoy the best I can before senior year because I got college coming up, and you can never replicate that high school experience. You know.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I want to get into. So I know you got a page on Instagram where you like take pictures and like do visuals and stuff. I kind of wanted to talk a little about that. So are you planning on pursuing like photography and stuff like that, or video editing, like into your future?
Yeah. So I've always had this like I've been so interested in just being like I guess like famous, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I've always been like fascinated with that thought. So like I've always wanted to like vlog like. Well, before I vlog, I wanted to like start taking pictures, taking videos, and then slowly like just start making vlogs of me and like gym videos. Like me and Junior have been planning to make gym videos and just like stupid videos, like just be funny, you know.
Do like challenges too.
Yeah, just be like content creators, you know. Like when I seen you made the Joel Swole page, I'm like, oh, I really like this because that's what I wanted to do. And then you made the podcast, and like, wow, this guy's kind of inspiring because like nobody else does that in our school. So I'm like, I like this guy.
No, I appreciate that a lot. So, is football also something that you want to take into like your future? Or?
Yeah, like so I'm gonna take two paths in my future. First is I either want to make it to the NFL because that's always been a dream. If you see pictures of me when I was little, I always had a Jay Cutler jersey on. I've always wanted to play for the Bears because I don't really think the Bears have always had the best quarterbacks. I'm like, that'll be me. I'm going to be that quarterback. Yeah. And then Justin Fields comes around. I'm like, bro, get out of here. And then, yeah. So, first career I'd love to pursue is being an NFL quarterback. And if not, I've always wanted to be a firefighter because I asked my dad, he said, like, because I've always wanted to be, like, a police officer, like, in the military. He was in both, and he just told me it's, like, really dangerous. You're risking your life. And then he said being a firefighter is probably your best way to go. And I'm like, all right, that sounds good because, I mean, I think it's, like, 24 hours on, 48 hours off. So, like, on my 2 days off, I could, like, make content. I could gym vlogs, you know. Yeah. I could just, I mean, I've always wanted to flip houses too and just resell them for more too. So
like HGTV.
Yeah. So I mean, knowing how to take pictures too. I mean, when I start selling the houses, I'll have that camera with me, you know. I'll have that experience. So yeah.
I think that's cool. Like having like the ability to take pictures, edit, and stuff like that. That's a good skill to have, especially when you're this young, because you can definitely like take that into your future like pretty far. Junior, what are your plans for like the future?
Shit, I don't even know. Bro, like to be honest, like my backup, I guess my backup would be my main plan because it's like the only thing I thought of was to go into like automotive work and welding. Like pick up both trades because you could use welding in automotive.
Right?
Yeah, and you could get more opportunities for jobs, and you pretty much get paid twice, or you get paid a little more for knowing both. So because I got friends, like older friends, who been telling me about that, and they've been like just like speaking on it and like letting me know how it is, and like they like it, they seem to enjoy it because I gotta be hands on. Like I can't school is not my thing at all. Like I try so hard, but like I got like ADHD and ADD.
Yeah.
So like it's hard for me to learn and like stay focused and stuff unless I'm working with my hands and like I'm moving around. But like other than that, like if I make it through sports, I make it through sports. I put in effort, but I should like I don't know. It's such like a competitive thing.
Yeah.
And,
Have
like,
you thought about have you taken like automotives at school, like the class?
I've tried, but like I just can't get into the class. Every
Yeah.
time I put it as like my number one thing that I want to go into,
Yeah.
but they never give it to me, and it's so annoying. But I mean,
that sucks.
yeah, I mean, my uncle's a mechanic. Like, I mean, I'm Mexican, so like my whole family's a mechanic. So, like, I mean, I work on cars with my dad and like my uncle. Like, he got me a car with like a couple problems. I'm pretty sure he did it on purpose so I could like, I could work on something. And like, I'll go over and like, he helped me fix it, and like, I'll buy my own parts. I'll learn how to fix it, and like, just look up YouTube videos and like fix my car up and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. I feel like YouTube's like, in some ways, it's almost better than school because you can learn a lot of skills that are like not from a textbook, and then apply those skills to your life in a way that like school, like things that you learn at school, like biology, and, like math, stuff like that. You could take from YouTube and you could just like learn it and apply it to your life in different ways. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like bro, I use YouTube to study for school.
Yeah,
Bro. Like,
exactly. Like,
Right. I taught myself how to like take pictures, how to do photography with YouTube. Like, people pay for classes, and I just figured it out myself. Like, I don't know why people pay so much if you have YouTube now.
Yeah.
I remember that we were just like when he first got his camera after Christmas, he's like, "We need to go gym. We go gym and take pictures."
I'm like, I
And
gotta
then,
figure this out.
And we just went to the gym. We were just messing around with it, trying to figure it out. And we ended up at like Target, making videos.
Vlog there, bro. It was so
That's
funny.
so cool.
Yeah,
That's
like
so cool.
you know the fat poom poom video on TikTok, on my TikTok, bro. Well, that was us doing it, like a couple of those, or like big bump. We were just like working out.
And, like we just want to make funny videos, so we went to Target, and like this guy came around, he caught us, and he's like, "Guys, no recording," and I'm like, "All right, it's not that serious. Like we're not like causing any problems. We just want to have fun, you know." So
Yeah, like, bro, I remember I was just like hiding the freaking camera under my shirt. I was just like, like the whole time, like I had my sweater on, bro.
So we got on bikes and we put on the helmets. Were we doing like, what is that horse thing where they have the swords on the sides and they're like that? That's what me and Elijah were gonna try to do. And then this guy comes around, he's like, "Guys, no." I'm like,
"You must stop.
I'm like,
I can't let you get close."
And the Elijah that he's talking about is there's another Elijah at our school.
Sheehan.
Not me. Yeah,
Uncooked.
He might be getting on later. I don't know for sure yet.
No,
We'll sort that out.
Yeah, this is cooked Elijah, and then
That's not
Yeah, because the other one's whites.
so yeah, he's raw, bro. You know.
So I wanted to ask, has like your injuries changed like your mindset or like your view on life as a whole? Like, you know what I mean? Like, has it made you like more resilient and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm a lot more careful now. Like, I can't like jump as much. I'm not as like, I'm not climbing trees, jumping off stuff. You know, it's still like.
I mean, that might
sketchy.
be like something that's like for now, but
Yeah, like I know I'll get used to it. Like now I'm getting a lot closer with it. Cause before, like even squatting, like bro, I be skipping legs too much.
yeah.
But I just started squatting more. Like before, my maxes went down like a plate each after.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad, but like yeah, it's true. But like it's hard, cause it's uneven. Like the muscle, like it just ate my muscle.
Like one leg's good and the other one's.
Yeah, like my right leg's so much smaller than my right or my left. Like it's like it's weird. And like when I squat, I tend to like overcompensate with the other leg, so I like lean weird, and it's like it just makes it difficult to like do stuff throughout the day, especially because I work at Home Depot with Matt too, and like that's a lot of like walking around lifting heavy bags. Like we just move around big bags of mulch, like 50-pound bags of mulch, and like rocks and stuff, and like so it's a lot of working on your legs too, and doing that while having like this screw problem and like doing a bunch of stuff. It's hard to like work out my legs and be sore and do that.
Oh, doesn't Ryan Ritchie also work there?
Oh yeah, he just started working there, bro.
Working there? I was like, dang.
Like a month ago.
Ritchie?
Yeah, bro. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, did you have anything to say about how injuries affect like your mindset and stuff like that?
So for me, my parents always told me, yeah, you need something to fall back on. And then this injury really taught me like, you really do need something to fall back on because I broke my wrist. And like, I mean, if I did that in college, what do I have now? Because like, what if I was like in a life-ending injury? Well, not life-ending, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll never play football again. Like, I need something to fall back on. And so my parents want me to be able to pursue something else if I ever get injured like that. So yeah, that wrist injury really taught me like football is not really your life, you know? So yeah, that's what it taught me.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hard truth that, you know, like you gotta have like different things, because if you lose like your whole identity, because that's where you put like your whole like
everything into it. Yeah,
you put everything in that basket, but you don't put anything else in other baskets, then you're kind of screwed. Because
I mean, yeah, I lift for football, I eat for football, everything I do is for football.
Football, then you're like, wait, who am I?
Yeah, because I mean, if you're only doing school to get offers in football, I mean, like you got to be able to study something in college if football doesn't work out for you. So yeah. And going back to what Junior said, yeah, for lifting, bro, every time I bench, my right hand it's not as strong as my left. Like, you could just feel the muscle imbalances. Like, my max went down so badly. So, before the season, I benched 205. And then right when I finally was able to bench, I was at, like, 145. And I'm like, damn, I lost a lot of strength because I just never benched. And I'm getting back up. I'm at like 185 for 5 right now. So I tried benching 225 once. I had the bar in my hand and I lost a lot of muscle in my, like, this part of my hand. So whenever the bar is resting there, it's like I could just feel the bar on my bone, and like I just hate benching. So
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
that's how it is on the bottom of my foot. Like,
oh wait,
there's
actually?
no muscle. Like, you're talking about your palm, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like on the palm of my foot, it's the same way. Like, I'm always just walking.
Oh, then you could like feel the bone. It's like it hurts. Like like you don't really realize how much that muscle really helps, but
until it's gone.
Yeah, it helps a lot. So I don't really bench because it just hurts my wrist so badly. Like, whenever I try to have a good chest day, I usually have like 4 sets on bench because I love to destroy my chest. But ever since that injury, I do like 3 sets of 5 at most because I cannot hold the bar for long because after a while,
it starts hurting your hand,
my wrist just hurts. And then I feel like I'm weak now because I see all my teammates, their benches are going up. And I'm just stuck at 185 because my wrist can't hold it. Like, I remember I was doing like knuckle push-ups. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, maybe like that.
Yeah, I was doing that on the ground, and I'm like, because like I'm doing those to like help my wrist stability. So when I was doing it, I did like 25. Right when I got to 30, oh my gosh, I cringed. My wrist was like this, and then boom, it glitched. I'm like, I'm like, bro, that can't be healthy. So I don't like doing push-ups either because my wrist can't handle it. So
that's the thing though. Like, from what I've learned from my injury, you gotta like push through the pain, man. Like, it hurts, but you just gotta push through it. Not like overdo it. Like, you'll know when to stop. But if it hurts a little bit and you just stop right away, then you're just like, cause it's like when you lift. Like, you know, when like you're about to, like, you're dying and you're burning out, and like your friend helps you with that extra set, it's like, and you're like in a bunch of pain, it's like, it's the same thing. And it's just, you just gotta push through it.
Yeah. For me, I noticed something weird. So I had surgery on my left shoulder, and I guess like I've always had just like screwed up shoulders. I don't know if that, I was just born like that. I just like they're just kind of like loose, right? So after the surgery, they restabilized my left shoulder. And I could be like benching, and I feel my right shoulder popping.
it just like glitches.
And I'm like, wait, but this is the good one. Like, the fact that this one got fixed and now it's like 100% or close to 100% shows me that this one's the one that they were already screwed up. You know what I mean? But I wanted to ask you guys. So you guys are talking about how you guys are like lifting and stuff. Would you agree with like the statement that like a strong body is a strong mind?
Definitely. Like, honestly, before I started lifting, bro, I was over here like, I was such a bad kid. I was like smoking weed, just doing a bunch of dumb stuff, hanging out with like the wrong type of people. And then I started lifting. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just focus on me. Like, I'm gonna just take some time off. Like, I just stopped texting people. I was just like, I'm gonna just start lifting. And I started doing that. I stopped smoking, and like my life just like went uphill. Like that's when I was like started focusing on sports more and like focusing on me more, and like that's where I like entered my like peak of like athleticism. I started going crazy in sports. All my like I was getting crazy strength. Everybody's like, "Oh, you taking steroids?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, estrogen." And then like, and it's like when it really helped me, cause then you realize that like doing drugs and all that stuff, that's numbing the fact like what you're thinking. You're numbing and setting it aside for another problem, like another day, and it's gonna come back. Cause you're just setting it aside. It's still gonna come back along with those other problems, like the new problems and those old problems come back at the same time, making it worse. But when you work out, you're getting a healthy escape. You're dealing with the problems in a healthy way. You're processing it and not just like ignoring it.
Yeah.
So it definitely helps a lot. What about you?
So working out, it teaches you a routine. Like if you're just really lazy at home, like you're not really gonna have a future. So like when I started to lift, it really taught me like you gotta watch how you eat, fix your sleep schedule, and like what Junior was saying, like I mean, you just go uphill from there because like your maxes go up. You're like a freak athlete. You're doing good in sports, and yeah,
It just makes you like another kind of happy. You know, it also makes you like more disciplined, right?
Yeah,
I think like we don't really like bring around the word discipline as much as we should, because I think like the difference between like motivation and discipline is like you can be motivated to go to the gym, right? But motivation is like it can, yeah, exactly. It's short term. It's not very long. But discipline is like going every single day because I just want to be like the best version of myself. Yeah, and you won't be tired and like stuff like that. You won't be tired of doing that.
Yeah, like especially going on those days where you don't want to go. Like you're tired, you just got off work, you got to work, you had practice, and you just like you push yourself to go through it. That's discipline. Like, especially like that's what wrestling taught me is like you're cutting weight, you're tired, you're not drinking water, you're hungry, but you still go to practice. You still starve yourself or like eat less and try to make this weight so you could wrestle tired, malnourished, and like, you still get that little reward where you like just eat a bunch right before you wrestle, but then you feel sick, but you still do it because you love it and it teaches you discipline.
Yeah.
So that's why I love that sport.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
So I wanna end this podcast with your like own personal advice for life or wrestling or lifting or football or whatever. Any advice that you have.
I don't have anything off the top of my head right now.
I guess like consistency is key, and yeah, like learning, like I said earlier, turning your weaknesses into strengths, learning how to adapt, becoming a better you, and like learning how to focus on yourself and block out distractions and making yourself your number one priority. Not in a sense where you're cocky and like what's the word, selfish.
Yeah.
Like it's never to be selfish to make yourself your priority. That should always be your number one priority is you and your mental health, you're like making yourself a better you. Because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to be there. Like you're still going to bed and you're you, and you want to take care of yourself, and you just want to like not end up being a bad person, you know? As you get better, the people around you will get better. As you surround yourself with better people, you'll get stronger, you'll get better. The people around you will get better. And it just
So I think I mentioned this in like a earlier podcast, but you know, something that I realized is like even if you work on yourself and you're like the best version of yourself, the quality of like help that you can give other people is better than like if you don't work on yourself and you're just like starting to try to like help other people and stuff like that. I mean, it might bring you up, but let's say you're like really poor and you want to help other people. You can't really give them a lot of money, you know what I mean? So if you work on yourself and you become a millionaire, you can give them like $10,000 or something. Let's just say that. But you know what I mean? Like if you keep working on yourself and you're big and you're strong, you can like defend other people. You have all these things that you can give them.
Yeah.
Whereas like the alternative is like you don't have anything.
You do nothing. You're just like stuck home being lazy.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, my life sucks. I'm gonna just be here and sit in sorrow and like be sad for myself other than doing something about it. Like there's always something to do about it. Even if you think you're not, like you could be poor, dead broke, homeless, but like even homeless people are out here looking for food, trying to live another day. They don't just give up and like, you know, they do something about it.
All right, Matt, you got something to add?
So yeah, life has a lot of adversity. You're always gonna get knocked down. It's just up to you if you want to stand back up again. Like with school, I mean, you're gonna have bad grades. You can't just stress about that. Like if you want to do better, retake that test, study harder. You know, like football really taught me that you're gonna have bad games, you're gonna have good games. Your bad games don't define you. You know, it's just learn from your mistakes. Failure is the best teacher for success, you know?
Yeah. And I think like those injuries, those really taught you that, right?
Yeah.
Now you're gonna come back and you're gonna be better.
Yeah, I'm looking for that winning record senior season, make it to the playoffs, just end off on a good note, you know?
Yep, I want to see it. All right,
We got to do it.
You guys good? Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Goal is Swell podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to drop a like. And if you want to stay up to date on any future episodes, make sure to subscribe and also turn on your notifications. Also, stay tuned because next week we're going to have Man and also Arjun who are going to talk about life and keeping a good mindset.